Before I had a chance to get with Dr. Hung, I was kind of suffering with allergies pretty severely, whether it be like sneezing or not being able to breathe or not being able to breathe without opening my mouth. And then also every time I would sneeze or have any allergic reaction, anything, it would swell up so severely it just no air could pass through. And so I had gone to multiple allergists my whole life.
Jennifer came to me because she was primarily experiencing nasal obstruction. It had been going on for most of her life. She did not have any clear history of any nasal injury or any accidents in the past, but she found that she was unable to breathe from both sides, but it seemed like her right side was more affected. And after years of medication, and she still wasn't getting the relief, and she still felt like she wasn't breathing as well as she should.
And we talked about if I wanted to do rhinoplasty as well, which I ended up doing because I did have a hump, and then they straightened it out, but I also wanted to not let it look like I had had my nose fixed, if you will. And so he just took my bump out and then corrected my septum, which kind of straightened everything up.
The surgery entailed straightening out her septum and shrinking down the turbinate to create more room in both the right and left sides of her nostrils. I also used some of that septum to create some grafts to help support the nose, because part of Jennifer's problem was that the framework of the nose was starting to shift and collapse, contributing to her nasal obstruction. And so I used some of her septum to help re-support the nose.
You can make it as big a deal as you want, but for me personally, my recovery time was nothing. There was only upsides for me.
A lot of people just go through most of their lives really not knowing sort of the potential of how well they can breathe through their nose. It's very hard to sort of be able to mimic with medications or anything like that what it's like to sort of optimally breathe.
It was literally one of the best things I've ever done.